Today we'll do the second part of the story, Lost Spring. I want to drive a car. Here in this part, the author Anis Jung has a chance to see another boy named Mukesh who insists on being his own master by becoming a motor mechanic. He lives amidst the dusty streets of Firozabad. Firozabad is a town famous for bangles. Every other family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry. Here, families have spent generations making bangles for women. Mukesh's family is among them. We'll also see how author presents a detailed account of the bangle makers of Firozabad in UP. They work in dingy cells and even lose the brightness of their eyes. They struggle hard and remain devoid of civic amenities. But these bangle makers remain under a vicious circle of sahukars, middlemen, the policemen and the keepers of the law, the bureaucrats and the politicians. They lead a life of poverty, dirt and exploitation. In the second part of the story, the author meets a boy called Mukesh who stays in Firozabad and belongs to a family of bangle makers. Let us find out what is Mukesh's dream. See the first line. Mukesh insists on being his own master. I will be a motor mechanic, he announces. Do you know anything about cars? I ask. I will learn to drive a car, he answers, looking straight into my eyes. Mukesh wants to become a motor mechanic as he is very passionate about cars. When the author asks him if he knows anything about cars, he answers confidently that he would learn to drive a car. Next line, his dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town Firozabad. The author feels that his dream is like an illusion. Mirage means illusion. That cheats or deceives a person. You know that illusion is not real. So Mukesh's dream, what is his dream? To become a motor mechanic, may deceive him because his dream is far away from reality. He belongs to Firozabad. Firozabad is a small city in Uttar Pradesh where bangle making has passed on from generation to generation. Every family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industry. All the members of a family in Firozabad are involved in working at furnaces, welding glass and making bangles. They make so many bangles of different colors that it seems they make bangles for all the women of the world. Now we will see how the glass bangle industry offers a very unhealthy environment to the people working in it. They have to work in the glass furnaces with high temperature in the ill ventilated room. Workers lose their eyesight at an early age. Working for long hours had an adverse effect on their bodies. Mukesh's family is among them. None of them know that it is illegal for children like him to work in the glass furnaces with high temperatures in dingy cells without air and light. That the law, if enforced, could get him and all those 20,000 children out of the hot furnaces where they slog their daylight hours, often losing the brightness of their eyes. Now let us see the explanation of these lines. Even Mukesh's family is engaged in this profession. None of them know that it was not legal to force children to work in hot, dark and closed rooms. And there are about 20,000 children working here in these bangle making factories. Only if law against child labor is enforced, there is some hope for these poor children. Otherwise, these children will continue to work hard during the daytime. And they lose their eyesight very early as they work in the glass furnace with high temperature. As the author became friendly with Mukesh, he happily took the author to his home and renovated home. They walked down the streets, which were full of garbage, emitting foul smell. It was a slum area. The walls were falling apart, the doors were wobbly, means shaky or unsteady, and there were no windows. Each house was crowded with families and animals coexisting. Why coexisting? Due to lack of space. This reminds the author of ancient times. Now Mukesh reaches his house. He hits the door with his foot and pushes it open. The author entered a half-built hut. The author saw a stove on which a vessel with spinach leaves was kept. There were more plates with vegetables in them. Let us find out more about the family of Mukesh. As the author enters, she notices a frail young woman who is cooking for the family. Frail means weak and delicate. Her eyes were filled with smoke emitted from the stove. This young lady is the wife of Mukesh's elder brother, or you can say the Bahu, daughter-in-law of the family. She has taken the responsibility of 3 men: her husband, her father-in-law, and Mukesh. She got full respect from the family. Students, as you all know, according to our tradition, a daughter-in-law covers her face in front of elders to show her respect. So when Mukesh's father enters, she brings her veil closer to her face. Veil means ghungat, and stands behind the broken wall. Mukesh's father is an impoverished, that is very poor, bangle maker. Earlier, he used to work as a tailor. He is so poor that he couldn't renovate his house or send his 2 sons to school. He could only teach his sons how to make bangles. Now we'll meet Mukesh's grandmother and let us read about her views. It is his karma, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother, who has watched her husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles. Mukesh's grandmother had seen her husband go blind from the dust of glass bangles, and she has accepted it as her destiny, karma, that she says. She says that he is destined to make bangles, as it had been their family profession. Can a God-given lineage ever be broken? So here it means a profession carried on through the generations of a family. And here which profession are we talking about? Glass bangle making. They had to carry the tradition. Being born in a caste of bangle makers, they could not think of a livelihood beyond that. All their life, they had just seen glass bangles everywhere in the house, yard, or street. Yard means open area. There were huge spiral bunches of bangles in different colors like a rainbow. Young men push handcarts laden with bangles along the narrow lanes of Firozabad. Now let us try to find out something about the other families. Here families work in small dark huts. Children, along with their parents, sit next to flickering oil lamps, and joins the pieces of colored glass into circles, and these circles are bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted to the darkness than the natural light. That is why most of them become blind even before they become adults. Here we have seen Mukesh's family's attitude towards their situation. They have accepted their misery and impoverished condition as factors that have been ordained by destiny. Years of deprivation and suffering has made them accept their condition in the name of fate or destiny. They feel that a God given lineage can never be broken and have accepted bangle making as their destiny. Now we are going to meet a new character, Savita. Savita, a young girl in a drab pink dress, drab means faded, sits alongside an elderly woman. Soldering means joining pieces of glass. Savita is wearing a faded pink dress and sitting with an elderly lady. And what was she doing? Joining pieces of glass to make a bangle. Her hands moved like a machine. When the writer saw Savita, she wondered if she understands the sanctity of bangles that she is making. Sanctity means sacred or holy. Students, you must have seen married women wearing bangles because it's a symbol of suhag as it is given here. Now, Savita may not be aware of the importance of bangles, but she will understand one day when she herself becomes a bride and cover her head with red veil, apply henna, henna means mehendi, on her hands and wear red bangles. The elder woman sitting with Savita also became a bride many years ago. Now she has lost her eyesight, but she is still wearing bangles. So bangles are so important in the life of a married woman, young or old. The elderly woman says they and her family, they are so poor that they don't have sufficient food to eat. See this line. एक वक्त शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया, she says in a voice drained of joy. So what does it mean? She has not enjoyed even one full meal in her entire lifetime. That's what she has reaped. So this is due to their profession of bangle making. Her husband, he knows how to make bangles. This is the only profession that he can involve himself. All he has done is that he has made a house for his family to live in. On hearing the old man that at least he has given a house to his family, the narrator thinks that perhaps the old man has achieved something which many couldn't do in their lifetime. This poverty could be seen everywhere. The people here are poor and can't do anything other than making bangles, and it has not provided them enough to eat. There is no improvement in their lifestyle. The writer suggests them to form cooperatives and come out of the trap of middlemen. They told the narrator that if they organize themselves, they will not only be hauled up means dragged by the police, but also beaten up and sent to jails. The author strongly feels that they need a leader who can change their mindset. But they all look tired. They feel that it is a continuous process. Poverty leads to apathy. And what is the meaning of apathy? Lack of concern. And this apathy leads to greed. And their greediness leads to injustice. So it's a vicious circle. Here, the writer could feel that there are two separate worlds, one of the family struck in poverty and burdened by the caste in which they are born. They are forced to pursue this profession of bangle making. The other world is a never ending circle of sahurkars, middlemen, policemen, bureaucrats, and politicians. The young boys, under the pressure of these two worlds, have no choice but to follow the family profession of making bangles. They dare not refuse to go against the system. The author was happy to see a spark in Mukesh when he repeats, I want to be a motor mechanic. He will go to garage and learn the job. Garage is far away from his home, but Mukesh is ready to walk to reach there. The author asks him if he dreams of flying a plane. Mukesh becomes silent after saying no. Mukesh doesn't know about planes, as not many planes fly over Firozabad. He has seen only cars moving around in Firozabad, so he dreams about cars only.